been fortunate to enter under this covering this evening, let me be frank with you. Every day that breaks, there is always an assignment. There is always a bell that is ringing around men saying there is work to do. But it will be unfortunate that you don't have what it takes to meet the need that is around. The man got up and went to his friend at midnight and went there to knock. Let me say to you, listen, if you have a visitor physically and you need something, it's 12 a.m., 1 a.m., 2 a.m. Is it the best time to leave your house to go and be looking for something to buy for the friend? Now, but this man knew that there is necessity upon his shoulder to provide for his friend. Some of us, we are very lackadaisical in the journey of life. Many people are making marks in the name of God, and you are just existing. One of those days I was growing up and I told God, and I said, God, if you don't give me what I will use to help my generation, there is nothing I am living for. Just kill me. And I was serious. I said, God, kill me here and now. Because for me, if life becomes sleeping and waking up and eating and going to work and coming back, then life is common for everybody. If you kill me, I know I will be in heaven, and in heaven I will be very comfortable. But if you know that you are still living my life for me on earth, then you must give me a life that is very impactful. I don't want to travel the earth empty. I don't want to journey the earth empty. Some of us by now, you don't know the level of strength God would have given you if only you have arisen like this man. The man had to arise, and he was traveling to the place where that thing is. When he got there, breaking protocol, knocking at the house of a person, maybe it could be 12 a.m., it could be 1 a.m., it could be 2 a.m., and he's knocking in the house of the man. And the man inside said to him, what do you want? And he said, please, I have a friend. He just came for a journey, and I don't have anything to offer him. I wish many of us will learn how to go to God with this kind of mentality. Why are you here, sir? Why are you here, man? I don't mean why you are here in Tari. I mean, why are you here traveling the earth? Oh, if life is only merely to wake up in the morning and just to go to work, then our life becomes very inferior. There must be something bigger in life. There must be something deeper in life. There must be something wider in life. And me, I want to find it for myself. Otherwise, you will just be going to and fro, and your life is burning, and nobody is glorifying God that you are still living. You are 18 years, people are not rejoicing that you are living. You are 25 years, you are 30 years plus, and people are not giving glory that you are living. May God forbid you to waste your life. May God forbid us to waste our lives. The man had to get up and started going to his friend, and when he went and knocked, and he said, friend, I need 3 loaves of bread. I have a friend I want to give the bread. The man inside the house tell him, go away, this is night, I can't give you. The man kept knocking on the door. The friend said, go away, I can't give you. My children, they are all in bed. My own self, I'm sleeping. We cannot get up by this time to go and be scrambling for bread. But what the man did is that, because the man knew that where he came, that man always have bread. As far as this man is concerned, the only answer I want to hear is that you give me what I need for my friend in the house. You give me what I need for the person waiting for me in the house. And Israel was waiting for a Moses in Egypt. Moses was somewhere tending sheep. I don't know, he tended sheep and cattle for 40 years. Probably God was waiting for the day he will arise, until one day God confronted him through the burning bush and said, okay, come, let's discuss. I have a people crying in Egypt for 430 years. It is destined by ordination that you are going to be the deliverer of Israel, but you have been tending sheep for 40 years. It is time to enter a bigger assignment. And when he said yes to it, it became story. The Israel you know today came out of that yes that Moses said to God. Now this was a man tending sheep. The man now became a man tending human beings. Those sheep in numbers he was tending, God translated it to become tending for human beings. Some of you have been wasting time. And when it comes to God and destiny, nobody is too small. We went somewhere with our brethren the other day. We went to a family where the person complained that a small boy has crumbled the whole family. The guy, I don't know what, he was initiated. So he crumbled the whole business of the family. One of those days I was interrogating him, how did you crumble the business of the family? He said he took one of their picture, carried it, put water in the bucket and put the picture there, started doing incantation and all of this and all of that. They were crumbling from one place to another until they fell completely. This is a boy of 7 years old. Then in Christianity, when we see a child of 7 years old, we say he's a small boy. The same guy that if Satan handles him, the kind of havoc that he will cause in the name of Satan, but in Christianity we say he's just a boy, he's just a girl. You see, I wish that this evening we are going to this time return to prayer. The first section of prayer we have, why I allowed it is because he didn't even, you don't need for me to come. That first prayer was like a prayer for deliverance, prayer for God's visitation, miracle. You would have keyed into that prayer and collect whatever you want to collect. But the charge we are having this evening is a charge to cry to God for help. It's a charge to cry for God, to God for something bigger than where you are. And he went and knocked. The friend said, go away, I can't give you. My children are all in bed. If it were you, sir, you would have respected yourself. You say, after all, this thing is 1 a.m. This thing is 2 a.m. And why should I be disturbing another person by 2 a.m.? But the guy refused to hear go. He kept knocking on the door, kept knocking on the door. Why? Because probably for him, Jesus didn't tell us. I don't know the level of distance his friend traveled. Probably the friend needed food for sustenance. Now what happened is that Jesus now said that if the friend will give to him all that he asks, not just because they are friends, he said, but because of his persistence. Not just because they knew themselves, but because of his persistence. NIV said because of his shameless audacity. The meaning of that is that, the meaning of shameless audacity is that he knew that it looked like a shameful thing, but he had no option because his friend need to eat. Some of you, when you hear no from the Lord, it's okay. There are some of us, brethren, that in situations, as situations comes to our way, the situation pause our journey. The situation will put a pause on your journey for God, and it's not supposed to be so. The man didn't want to hear anything that will hinder him from what he was seeking for, because he has a friend waiting for him. Sister, there are people that you are the one who is their answer to prayer. Brother, there are people that the chains that we break out of their life, it may not come from Bro Isaac, it may not come from this man that is preaching, it can be you. It can be you, sir. Or when you come here, we start telling you that if you want to fellowship with the meeting, then you must have a mentality of a tasty heart, wanting to trust God for a deeper journey with the Lord. Some of us, our heart is very cold. We have zeal for so many things, but our zeal for God has become dwindled. He has become dried up. Are you following me tonight? Are we together? Bro Victor, when he collected the bread, how do you think the man will start feeling when he's going back? Sir, can I announce to you, If you stop without collecting that thing, you have not solved the problem. No, you have not. So this evening we want to pray. Whether a short prayer, anyhow the Lord lead us, we are going to be crying for something. I am only praying that God will trouble your heart, because if God didn't put a trouble in your heart, you will not even understand the gravity of what we are talking about. You will not understand. My voice will only be sounding like the voice of a fast talker in your ear. You will not know the import of what we are saying. Go away, I'm not going to give you the bread. The man refused to go away. He stayed. He kept knocking, he kept hitting. For him, the only answer to this equation, the only answer to this puzzle is that you give me what I came to seek for my friend. Sister, you are not just a housewife, man. Brother, you are not just an ordinary man. You are not an ordinary man. Something happened some years ago. A sister came to see me. We are supposed to pray for that sister. She had some demonic problem disturbing her. And then I told another sister that was close by, I said, you are going to be the one that will pray for this sister. And she looked at herself and said, no, I never read to do this kind of thing. I cannot do it. And I said, no, you will do it. And then when the sister came, I told her, I said, place your hand upon her. And when she placed her hand upon the sister's stomach, the power of God carried that sister. That's why she placed her hand on. The power of God threw her very fast, screaming and shouting at the loud of their voice. What this other sister did is that she went to one place and she was crying. I asked her, why are you crying? The reason for the cry is that she didn't believe that even as small as she is, her ordinary hand can communicate the power of God to travel through the body of another person to bring deliverance to the person. It's only you that say you are small. It's only you that say you are a girl. It's only you that says that the thing is for other people. Okay, when you were coming, there is a scroll they wrote about you. That scroll, they embedded it in your life, and until you act and fulfill the scroll, you are not fulfilled in life. Jesus said, it is written of me in the volume of the book, a body has thou prepared for me, O God. Something was written about you. John the Baptist came to a point in his life when he read Malachi. Malachi said, and he is going to make straight paths for the Messiah. The crooked valley will become straight. Every mountain will become leveled. When John the Baptist came years later and read it, John the Baptist knew that I am the one that Malachi was talking about. And he took his place. See, if this is only what we do tonight, to tell you that you should go home and keep begging God and keep knocking and say, God, is this only about life for me? Is this about life? If this is just about life, okay, that we just wake and just go out and then night has fallen again, tomorrow we continue the same routine, night has fallen again, then you celebrate 1 year birthday, you celebrate another birthday, you celebrate another birthday, and heaven is crying. He said, when will his eyes be open? When will our eyes be open to see that she's wasting age? We are wasting age, some of us. We needed to maximize age and cause age to count. Go away, I am not going, sir. There is an assignment in my house. I am not going. The only thing that will make me leave your door is except you give me what I came to find. For me, the young man knew what he needed for his friend. What of you? Some of us, we don't even know what our generation needs. You still have time to be gossiping. You still have time to be discussing for hours. Some of us, we still have time for a lot of unnecessaries, where people are trying to find God for their existence. When I see people fighting one another, this one is saying, I want to show you that, and he blow, this one blow. In my mind, I am crying. I say, wasted energy that would have been converted to prayer, wasted energy that would have been converted to study, wasted energy that would have been converted to spiritual things, and your account in heaven will be counting that somebody lived. is your weight? You know that it's a bread you will bring. There is also a bread. If you bring bread and bring another bread, you can weigh the two of them and know that one bread has content. What is your weight? And this thing does not have to do with a small child or a big man. This thing has to do with, oh God, I will not travel my earth empty. Some of you, every day we see you is the same thing that the same way we met you last year. That's how we are meeting you this year. The same way we met you 3 years ago. That's how you are this year. When are we going to come to you and we say, how did Moses went to fast for 40 days in the mountain? When he came down, his face was radiating physical light. The people closed their eyes because they couldn't look at the light. They said something is glowing in your face. It was a different Moses they saw. When are we going to come out again in your department, sir? As you appear, they say, where did he come from? What touched this man? What changed in him? A Peter that can sell Jesus for just a small girl who said, I know you are his disciple. Peter said, I swear, just because of fear of death, I don't know this man. 3 times he denied Jesus. But when something hits this man's head, the man can stand before the same people that killed Jesus and say, I am not careful about you. I will obey God, not you. Do your worst. And the people saw, they said, this man must have been with Jesus. There is something different about them.